Hey guys, it's your boy Superman here, and let's talk wrestling. So we're gonna talk about roadblock a little bit here. We're gonna talk about wrestling in general. Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. It's your boy Superman, and enjoy this video. All right, roadblock. I have a question. Roadblock got me thinking the same question, and I pretty much know a lot more of the answer than I did before, right? And I'm still asking the question, can TNA superstars lose titles on NXT to NXT superstars? And can NXT superstars lose their titles to TNA superstars on TNA, right? Can that happen? The question seems more like a no. Now that we saw Roadblock, the answer seems like it's no. It's not going to happen. It's not going to. This is a different agreement from the AEW one. I know that AEW superstars came to TNA, took belts from TNA, and ran wild in AEW, but that's different. We're in WWE TNA. This is totally two different companies. This is two different. This is a different agreement. So we are here with a different with this question with two with a different agreement with one different company with TNA. It's different from AEW with TNA, right? It's different. So don't use that argument. But let's get into Roadblock. Roadblock. Okay, Roadblock started pretty hot. I really loved how they started. They went right to the bang. They went bang at the beginning. Okay, so let's get into it. So Roadblock started with the tag match between Fraxium and Hardy Boys. So this is where the question comes from. Can Fraxium actually win? I love the Hardy Boys so much, and getting to see them win is a pleasure. And I am happy as a fan who's been a fan, of the Hardy Boys since he was a little. I'm happy that they won. So it gives me a little bit of happiness. But it would have been really cool to have Fraxium beat them for their career, because they're like a newer team, and it would be really cool. So that way, Jeff Hardy can go to TNA and win the X Division champion, which is probably now not gonna happen. But nonetheless, these men put it out and showed it out. It was great. It was a great match. And for that, I'll give it a 5-star classic match. I think it was great. Fraxium did some great moves, and so did the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys showed out. They showed yesterday that they still got it, and that's what makes me happy to see. All right, then we got Jordan Grace versus Roxanne Perez. That match didn't necessarily need to happen. It's not an important match of any kind, but it was there to fill the card up, and two great women had a pretty decent match. I think it was the lowest part of the whole night, but it was still freaking good. It was a good match. It was a really great match between these two women who are just great. With the winner being Jordan Grace. Should have been Roxanne Perez on that one, because Roxanne Perez is moving her way up to the main roster. I would like for her to leave NXT with a win, with the momentum on her side, because she's got a lot of momentum now with the being an elimination chamber, then going on to be that. She was also in the Royal Rumble, Iron Women, stuff like that. So yeah. All right. Then we go on to the next match, which was Obafemi versus Moose. And to be honest with you, that match should have literally been the main event. The main event of this card wasn't bad. It was great, actually. And I see why they did it, but like Obafemi should have been the main event. This match was the best match of the night. Like, every match was great, but this one has to be the best. Moose is a beast. If you guys watch TNA, you guys know exactly what Moose is all about, and Moose is great. But again, you can't drop an NXT title to a TNA superstar. It looks like that's the agreement that WWE made with TNA. Doesn't look like they could just switch hands. With different companies. So But nonetheless, Moose brought the A game and Obafemi. But there was a moment where Moose jumped up the top rope and midair. Obafemi hit him. Boom! Nasty. I was like, damn. A lot of that match got me feeling. Damn. Wow. I can't believe that just happened. The fact that Obafemi threw Moose, like just kicked him up and threw Moose over the top rope, like insane. The insane uh announcer table spot was amazing. I mean, that match was great. But Obafemi at the end wins. Oh, doesn't look like any title changes can happen for TNA jumping chips on TNA and WWE. Next, it was an unnecessary match. It wasn't really necessarily needed, but the match delivered way more than the match, had importance, right? It was a street fight between Ethan Page and Javon Evans. When I tell you Javon Evans is one of the most underrated and probably the most underrated men's competitor in the whole NXT locker room, I mean it with all my heart. I generally think that is the most underrated superstar that NXT has. Because there was stuff that he was doing off the top ropes and stuff that I was like, damn! I was talking to my friend while watching NXT, and I was telling him, look at this replay. This man just did that. Oh, wow. The time he got hit in the face with the chair and took it like a champ. I mean, can we do a springboard cutter on the chair to Ethan Page? Can we talk about that? When I tell you Ethan Page is a mad man as well, you are right. That match was awesome. I was surprised that Javon actually won because I thought that they're building Ethan Page to fight Ricky Saints. They probably will later. But I thought maybe Stand Deliver, they were pushing for that, so give him momentum going into that match. Probably still are, but we don't know. But I thought that Ethan Page was going to win it, and to my surprise, he didn't. It was actually Javon Evans. Both competitors pulled it out in that match. Awesome. Now let's get to the very mixed reactions I have. The main event. Mixed reactions, you say? You say mixed reactions. Yeah. I said mixed reaction not because the match was any bad. The match was great. I love Julia and I love Stephanie. The ending, the result, kind of, I know that Julia is her. I've heard about it before coming into this match and I expected it, but I just can't let it go, right? I'm very, 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 very big of a fan for Stephanie, so I'm happy in a way for Stephanie that she got the win, that she's gonna be the one to take over NXT till Julia gets back and probably come back before it's Stand and Deliver and beat her and take that belt back. Beat her and take that belt back and Stand and Deliver. So that probably is what's gonna happen. Julia might beat Stephanie. Julia's gonna come back and beat Stephanie when she's 100%. She wants to take a couple of weeks off, heal a little bit, and then come back. I think that's what's going on with Julia. So I'm very, very happy. She did. And by the way, that's the reason why she dropped the title to Stephanie last night. But you could not tell, not one bit, that Julia was hurt. In that match, she pulled everything she could before dropping the belt and probably taking some time off. Sorry, but I am a little bit hurt. Like, as much as I love Stephanie and as much as I am happy because the future of this women's division is in great hands of Stephanie, so that's awesome. And Julia will come back and beat her. That will happen. That will happen. I'm telling you that straight up. That will happen. That will happen. But that time will come. It's just unfortunate with all the women that I like. Cora Jade, Julia, Dakota Kai, all the most underrated females that I like. Most of them that I like and wish that they, get to the top. And except Julia, but are all getting injured. And I'm like, And I'm like, oh, because Julia definitely would have won the match if it wasn't for her injury. But I'm happy for Stephanie. I'm happy for Stephanie. I know that Julia's gonna come back at the top. I know it hurt to see it. As much as I was happy, I was also a little bit hurt. But I'm telling you guys, Julia will come back. Stand and Deliver season's coming, and that's when Julia will beat Stephanie Valkyr. Okay, so I'm not too worried about it. She will get that title back, and she'll get that win. All right, That's my stand in deliver. That's my stand in deliver future talks. I think Stephanie's going to lose a stand and deliver to Julia. I think that's what I think. All right, that's my roadblock. 2025 talk. Running down all of what happened in Roblox. Now let's talk a little bit about wrestling as a whole. So I might be going to the Tampa. I might be going to the Tampa to watch one of the four shows that are happening in Tampa. I'm talking with my friend. I might try to go to one of them and see which one I want to go. So maybe I try. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I do because that'd be awesome because I want to go to it. And the reason why we want to go to it, well, I told my friend he wants to go to WWE and stuff, and I'm like, dude, the Reddit page was talking to me as I was commenting them. They were responding. The Reddit page was talking to me about Miami, Miami. When are we gonna get it? I posted that, and they all like, oh, slim to none. You might get lucky to get a Raw or SmackDown, but like a random date, yeah, like a random date, but like you might not. This year might not be because it's already March, and we're gonna get to maybe April. We're gonna get through April, maybe May, and we're gonna be like no Raw or no SmackDown by then. At that point, it's like, do we really believe that Miami's gonna get Raw or SmackDown? Like, I know they're gonna do the holiday tour because the holiday tour, they can pick and choose the day they want and fix that up. But like, I don't want a holiday tour. I don't want none of those like WWE lives, those unnecessary cards. Why can't we get like Raw? Why can't we get like SmackDown? Is what I was telling my friend and stuff. We were talking about that, and but this was before they announced they were going to Tampa. And then I said, when they announced they were going to Tampa, I told my friend, why don't we go? Why don't we try to go? Can you go? Can you allowed to go? And yeah, he has his family say yeah. And I'm like, okay, let me see what the prices are and see if we can get that to work. Because, I mean, I would like to go to Saturday night main event. Saturday night, right? And go see John Cena before he goes off in the sunset. So because it doesn't look like Miami's getting it, which is sad because like John Cena is shortening his farewell tour, shortening it by not appearing in all these shows that he should have been appearing in, right? Which gives Miami a slimmer chance because it doesn't seem like Miami's going. And if he's going to Tampa, he's probably like, oh, I did Florida already, so why do I need to do Florida? And Tampa's really where he's from, where he has a house, and so it's a slimmer chances of us getting to see John Cena and see WWE. Well, I mean, if you want to see WWE, you can wait until they come into December and do the holiday tour. But they did it for the last 2 years. Okay, and I think that's like messed up because if you're giving Tampa like 4 days of WWE content, why does Miami not get one? And I'm not talking it has to be like 2 3 days. One is fine by me. Like if you can give me one, I can't complain. I can't complain to anybody saying, "Oh no, WWE didn't come here yet." WWE came, and I'm not counting. Again, I'm not counting these live shows, these holiday tours. None of that doesn't count. That does not count. That does not count. That does not count at all. I'm not talking about coming down just to come down, just to kind of just scratch us away of like secondary. No. So maybe we're thinking about it. We're thinking about it. So I don't know if it's gonna happen, but we can certainly but not think about it. We can give it a try. But anyways, that's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. Peace out, guys. Love you.